Just when we thought we had mapped every corner of the globe and cataloged every living creature, the natural world has decided to prove us wrong in the most spectacular way possible. It is easy to feel as though the age of discovery ended with the great explorers of the 19th century. But 2026 has officially shattered that illusion. This year, scientists have pulled back the curtain on hidden ecosystems, peered into the deepest trenches of our oceans, and hiked into the most remote mountain ranges to bring us 25 brand new animal species that were previously unknown to science. We aren't just talking about tiny microbes or obscure insects either. We are looking at stunning reptiles, bizarre deep-sea dwellers, and even a few mammals that have been hiding in plain sight for centuries. These discoveries remind us that the Earth still holds on to its secrets with a tight grip. But luckily for us, the light of modern technology is finally revealing them. Get ready, because we are diving straight into the top 25 most incredible new animal species described in 2026, starting with a creature that looks like it crawled straight out of a neon-soaked science fiction movie. First on our list is the galactic reef goby, found in the crystal-clear waters off the coast of the Maldives. This tiny fish is barely 2 inches long, but it looks like a miniature constellation. Its body is a deep obsidian black, covered in glowing, bioluminescent spots that change color depending on its mood. When it's hunting for tiny shrimp, it glows a soft violet, but when it's trying to attract a mate, it flickers with a rapid-fire sequence of electric blue and gold. It lives in the twilight zone of the reef, an area where sunlight barely reaches, making its built-in light show a vital tool for survival. Researchers suspect that this goby has been missed for decades simply because it only emerges from the coral crevices for a few minutes each day during the change of the tide. Moving from the ocean to the dense, misty forests of the northern Andes, we have the cloud forest harlequin frog. This isn't your typical backyard amphibian. It sports a skin pattern that looks like a high-fashion marble print, with swirls of metallic silver and deep burgundy. What makes this discovery truly special is that it belongs to a genus that many feared was on its way out. Finding a vibrant, healthy population in a previously unexplored valley gives conservationists a massive boost of hope. This frog has a unique defense mechanism too. When threatened, it secretes a mild toxin that smells oddly like fresh vanilla. To a human, it's pleasant, but to a hungry bird, it's a warning that this colorful snack is definitely off the menu. Next up, we head to the depths of the Mariana Trench, where 2026 has given us the phantom snailfish. While many deep-sea fish are notoriously frightening to look at, the phantom snailfish is strangely beautiful. It is almost entirely transparent, allowing you to see its delicate skeletal structure and its tiny, beating heart. It lives at depths of over 26,000 feet, where the pressure would crush a titanium submarine like a soda can. Yet this fragile-looking creature thrives there. It moves with a ghostly, rhythmic undulation that makes it look like a piece of silk drifting in the current. Its discovery was made possible by a new generation of remotely operated vehicles capable of gentle sampling without damaging the delicate tissues of these high-pressure specialists. In the arid heart of Australia, scientists have described the ironbark dragon. It's a species of frilled lizard that has evolved the most incredible camouflage ever seen in a reptile. Its scales are jagged and rough, perfectly mimicking the charred bark of the ironbark eucalyptus trees. For years, locals thought they were just seeing pieces of bark moving in the wind. But it turns out these pieces of bark are actually intelligent, fast-moving predators. The ironbark dragon has a unique behavior where it will stand perfectly still on one leg for hours, mimicking a broken branch, only to lunge out with lightning speed when a cricket wanders too close. It is a masterclass in evolutionary patience. Descending back into the water, we find the sapphire sea dragon off the coast of southern Japan. Related to seahorses, this creature is covered in delicate leaf-like appendages that are a shocking, iridescent blue. Unlike other sea dragons that try to blend into brown kelp, the sapphire species lives among rare blue sponges found in deep-water volcanic vents. It is so well camouflaged in its specific habitat that you could be looking right at it and never see it until it moves its tiny, fluttering fins. This discovery highlights how specific and localized some of the Earth's most beautiful creatures can be. Back on land, in the remote mountains of Vietnam, researchers have identified the velvet-eared shrew mole. This little mammal is an evolutionary bridge between shrews and moles, with fur so soft it feels like air. It has tiny, spade-like hands for digging, but a long, sensitive snout for hunting insects on the forest floor. It was found in a patch of forest that had been cut off from the rest of the mountain range by a massive landslide nearly 10,000 years ago, leading to its unique development. It represents a tiny furry time capsule of a lost era. In the Seven Stars cave system in China, 2026 brought us the crystal wing moth. Most moths are known for their dusty, earthy tones, but this cave-dwelling species has wings that are almost entirely devoid of scales, making them look like shards of clear glass. Because it lives in total darkness, it has lost its coloration entirely. Instead of using visual patterns to attract mates, it uses complex ultrasonic vibrations that echo through the cave chambers like a tiny, moth-sized orchestra. It's a haunting reminder that life doesn't need light to be complex and beautiful. Switching to South America, we have the sun-crowned hummingbird discovered in a hidden valley of the Amazon. This bird has a patch of feathers on its head that reflects light in a way that mimics the glint of a diamond. When it hovers over a flower, the crown flashes with such intensity that it can actually daze competing birds, giving the sun crown exclusive access to the nectar. It is a tiny, feathered warrior that has managed to go unnoticed because it only lives in the very highest canopy level of the jungle, invisible from the ground. In the world of insects, 2026 gave us the clockwork beetle from the island of Madagascar. This beetle has a segmented shell that honestly looks like it was etched by a master watchmaker. Gold and bronze metallic lines crisscross its back in perfect geometric patterns. Beyond its looks, it has a strange ticking sound it makes by rubbing its leg segments together, which scientists believe is a way to mimic the sound of a certain type of clicking spider that predators avoid. It is a mechanical-looking marvel of the natural world. Moving to the freezing waters of the Antarctic, researchers have found the frostbite jellyfish. This jelly doesn't just survive in sub-zero water. It actually thrives by producing a natural antifreeze protein in its bells. It is a deep, icy blue and has tentacles that can stretch up to 40 feet. Unlike most jellyfish that drift aimlessly, the frostbite seems to have a rudimentary form of navigation, seeking out pockets of nutrient-rich water under the ice shelves. It is a giant of the frozen deep, a jellyfish that lives where most life would simply freeze solid. In the Sahara Desert, a new species of mammal called the sand ghost gerbil has been described. This gerbil has specialized fur that doesn't just match the color of the sand. It actually reflects heat, keeping the animal nearly 20 degrees cooler than the surrounding environment. It spends its days deep underground in complex air-conditioned tunnels and only emerges during the specific blue hour of twilight. Its eyes are enormous, taking up nearly a third of its skull, giving it the best night vision of any rodent ever studied. Number 12 on our list is the obsidian mantis from the jungles of West Africa. This mantis is jet black and shaped exactly like a scorched leaf. It hangs out in areas where natural forest fires have recently passed, waiting for insects that come to feed on the new sprouts. It is a fire follower, a species that actually depends on the cycle of burning and regrowth to hunt. Its serrated claws are strong enough to snatch a dragonfly right out of the air, and its predatory efficiency is terrifying to witness in slow motion. Back in the ocean, we have the balloon octopus discovered near the Azores. This species has the ability to inflate its body to 3 times its normal size, turning into a perfect spiky sphere to deter predators. When it's not feeling threatened, it is a small, shy creature with a beautiful pattern of reddish-brown rings. It lives in the open ocean, drifting near the surface at night and diving deep during the day. It is the ultimate master of the puff-up defense. In the Appalachian Mountains of the United States, a new species of salamander called the midnight spring salamander has been identified. For years, it was confused with a more common cousin, but genetic testing in 2026 revealed it is a completely distinct lineage. It has a stunning, deep navy blue body, with bright orange spots that glow under ultraviolet light. It lives only in a few specific springs that are fed by underground limestone caves, making it one of the rarest amphibians in North America. Heading to the Himalayas, we find the snow leopard spider. Don't worry, it's not as big as a leopard, but it has the same thick, white, spotted coat. This jumping spider lives at altitudes higher than any other known spider. In the mangrove swamps of Indonesia, scientists have described the amber-eyed mudskipper. This fish can spend more time out of the water than in it. It has developed a set of walking fins that are so strong it can actually climb the tangled roots of the mangrove trees to escape predators. Its eyes are a brilliant, clear amber, and it has a unique way of communicating by drumming on the mud with its tail. It's a fish that's halfway to becoming a land animal, caught in the middle of a fascinating evolutionary transition. Number 17 is the marbled tree shrew from Borneo. This small mammal has a tail that looks like a plume of white smoke. It is an expert acrobat, leaping between trees with a grace that rivals any squirrel. What makes it unique is its diet. It feeds almost exclusively on the fermented nectar of a specific type of palm, meaning it spends a good portion of its life in a state of natural buzz. Yet, it never loses its balance, having evolved a liver that processes alcohol at a rate 10 times faster than a human's. In the caves of Slovenia, 2026 brought us the dragon larva Proteus. While the Olm or Proteus has been known for centuries, this new subspecies is significantly larger and has external gills that are a vibrant, feathery red. It is almost entirely blind, but its sense of smell and its ability to detect electric fields are so acute that it can see the heartbeat of a small crustacean from several feet away in total darkness. It is the closest thing we have to a living, breathing baby dragon. Returning to the Pacific Northwest, we have the moss-back turtle. This isn't a turtle with moss growing on it, but a turtle whose shell has evolved to grow a specialized, green, hair-like algae that provides perfect camouflage in the stagnant, mossy ponds of the region. This algae actually provides the turtle with extra oxygen through photosynthesis while it's submerged, allowing it to stay underwater for days at a time without coming up for air. It is a true hybrid of animal and plant-like traits. In the grasslands of South Africa, the copper-tongued weaver bird has been described. This bird builds nests that are engineering marvels, hanging from the thinnest branches of acacia trees. But its most striking feature is its tongue, which is a bright, metallic copper color. It uses this tongue to signal to other members of the flock across long distances. The way the light catches the tongue during its song makes it look like the bird is spitting out sparks of fire. Number 21 is the neon-lined cuttlefish from the Great Barrier Reef. Like all cuttlefish, it is a master of disguise, but this species has a default pattern of glowing neon lines that pulse down its sides. It uses these lines to mesmerize its prey, essentially hypnotizing small fish before moving in for the strike. It is a predator that uses light as a weapon, a living strobe light of the ocean floor. In the deep jungles of the Congo, researchers have found the ghost stripe okapi. Related to the more famous okapi, this species is smaller and has stripes that are a pale, silvery gray rather than white. It is incredibly shy and lives in the most inaccessible parts of the rainforest. Local tribes have spoken of the silver forest ghost for generations. But 2026 was the first time Western scientists were able to capture it on camera and confirm it as a new species. It is a reminder that even large mammals can still be hiding in the forest. Next, we have the electric blue tarantula from the highlands of Thailand. While there are other blue spiders, this one is different because the blue isn't just a sheen. It is a deep, solid cobalt that covers its entire body. It lives in the hollows of old bamboo stalks, a very specific habitat that is increasingly rare. It is a breathtakingly beautiful but formidable hunter, a flash of blue lightning in the green shadows of the bamboo forest. In the waters of the Galapagos, the hammerhead ray has been identified. This ray has a wide, flattened head that looks almost exactly like a hammerhead shark. This shape allows it to have a much wider array of electrical sensors, helping it find buried shellfish with incredible precision. It is a perfect example of convergent evolution, where two different species evolve the same physical traits because they solve the same problems. Finally, number 25 is the aurora whale, described from sightings in the North Atlantic. This isn't a huge whale, but a medium-sized beaked whale that has a unique skin pigmentation that looks like the northern lights. Swirls of pale green and gray dance across its back. It is a deep diver, often spending over an hour at depths of 3,000 feet. Its discovery was made through a combination of traditional sightings and the analysis of environmental DNA found in water samples, a cutting-edge technique that is changing the way we find and describe new species. What do all these discoveries tell us about our planet in 2026? First and foremost, they tell us that we shouldn't be arrogant. We are still just scratching the surface of the Earth's biodiversity. Each of these 25 species represents a unique solution to the problem of survival. Whether it's the ironbark dragon mimicking a tree, or the frostbite jellyfish producing its own antifreeze, nature is infinitely creative. These animals have survived for millions of years without us knowing they existed, thriving in their niches and playing their roles in the ecosystem. The fact that we are still finding new mammals like the ghost stripe okapi or the velvet-eared shrew mole is particularly mind-blowing. It shows that even in an age of satellites and drones, the density of our world's forests is still capable of shielding life from our gaze. It gives a sense of magic back to the world. There are still monsters in the deep and ghosts in the forest. The Earth hasn't been fully tamed, and that is something to celebrate. These discoveries also highlight the critical importance of conservation. Many of these species, like the crystal wing moth or the sapphire sea dragon, were found in incredibly specific fragile habitats. A single landslide, a change in water temperature, or a small amount of pollution could erase them before we even have a chance to study them. Describing a new species is just the first step. The real work is ensuring that these creatures continue to exist for another million years. We are the guardians of these newly discovered treasures. Modern technology has played a massive role in the discoveries of 2026. From autonomous underwater vehicles reaching the phantom snailfish, to genetic sequencing separating the midnight spring salamander from its relatives, we are using the tools of the future to understand the life of the past. The marriage of field biology and high-tech lab work is opening doors that were previously locked. We are no longer limited by where our eyes can reach. We are now led by what our data can reveal. Think about the emerald wing moth in that dark cave. It has lived in total darkness for thousands of years, evolving its own language of sound. Or the ironbark dragon, standing frozen as a piece of bark while the world moves around it. These are stories of resilience and specialization. They show that life doesn't just happen. It adapts, it shifts, and it finds a way to win. Every species on this list is a winner in the game of evolution. For those of us fascinated by animals, 2026 has been a year of pure wonder. It's like a new book of myths has been written, except these myths are real, breathing and moving. The world feels larger today than it did yesterday. The map has more detail, the oceans have more depth, and the forests have more secrets. We are living in a second age of discovery, one that is defined by a deep respect for the complexity of the natural world. The biodiversity of our planet is our greatest wealth. Each of these 25 species holds a piece of a larger puzzle. The antifreeze of the Antarctic jellyfish could lead to breakthroughs in medicine. The camouflage of the Australian dragon could inspire new materials. The sensory systems of the cave-dwelling Proteus could help us develop better navigation technology. When we save a species, we aren't just saving an animal. We are saving an entire library of biological information. As we look at these 25 new species, we should also think about the ones we haven't found yet. Estimates suggest that there may be millions more species waiting to be described. In the soil beneath our feet, in the canopy above our heads, and in the dark abyss of the oceans, the next list of discoveries is already waiting. 2026 was a great year for science, but 2027 and beyond promise even more. The quest for knowledge never ends. It is also a humbling thought to realize that these animals have been there all along. The sun-crowned hummingbird has been flashing its diamond head in the Amazon for eons. The balloon octopus has been puffing up in the Atlantic since before humans built ships. They don't need us to describe them to exist, but we need to describe them to understand the world we are part of. Science is our way of paying attention to the roommates we share this planet with. The variety of life is staggering. From the metallic clockwork beetle to the silvery ghost stripe okapi, 2026 has shown us a palette of colors and shapes that we could barely imagine. Nature isn't just functional, it is beautiful. Whether it's the iridescent blue of a sea dragon or the crystal wings of a cave moth, there is an aesthetic intentionality in evolution that is breathtaking. The world is a gallery of living art, so let this be a call to curiosity. The next time you walk through a park or look at the ocean, remember that there is probably something there that hasn't been named yet. Stay observant. Support the scientists and conservationists who are doing the hard work of exploration. The more we know about the life on our planet, the better we can protect it. The discovery of these 25 species is not just a win for the textbooks, it is a win for the Earth. We are part of a grand living tapestry. Each new species described is a new thread found, making the picture more complete and more beautiful. 2026 was the year the world got a little bigger and a little more mysterious. Let's keep that spirit of wonder alive as we move forward. The Earth is a planet of miracles, and we are just getting started in our journey to find them all. The adventure of discovery is the greatest adventure of all. As we reach the end of this list, think about the tiny velvet-eared shrew mole in its isolated mountain forest, or the aurora whale singing in the North Atlantic. They are our neighbors. They are our kin in the story of life. Protecting them is protecting ourselves. The natural world is a precious, finite resource that we must cherish. Every name added to the list of species is a promise that we are watching. We are listening, and we care. Let's keep the light of science shining into the dark corners of the world. Let's keep pushing the boundaries of what we know. The 25 species of 2026 are just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more out there waiting for the right person with the right camera or the right DNA kit to find them. Maybe the next great discovery will be made by someone watching this right now. The world is waiting for you. Discovery is a bridge between the unknown and the understood. We give them a voice. The clockwork beetle and the sun-crowned hummingbird now exist in our minds as well as in the wild. This shared awareness is the first step toward a global culture of conservation. We protect what we know, and we love what we understand. In the end, the story of 2026 is a story of hope. In a world that often feels like it's losing its wild places, the discovery of 25 new vibrant and bizarre species is a powerful counter-narrative. It tells us that nature is resilient. It tells us that there is still a lot of wild left in the world. Let's celebrate these new additions to the family of life and commit ourselves to keeping their habitats safe. The journey doesn't stop here. The oceans will still have their depths, the mountains will still have their mists, and the forests will still have their shadows. And in all of them there is more life waiting to be seen. Stay curious, stay amazed, and never stop looking. The Earth is still full of surprises, and we are lucky enough to be here to witness them. 2026 was a magnificent year for life, and the best is yet to come. Keep your eyes on the horizon and your mind open to the impossible. The natural world is far more strange and beautiful than any fiction we could write. These 25 species are the proof, from the glowing galactic reef goby to the transparent phantom snailfish. Life is a spectacular show that never ends. Let's make sure the audience is always there, and that the stage is always protected. The world of discovery is calling, and it's time to answer.